spent last night in the most interesting place that I've probably ever stayed at. It's a proper trucker stop. You got to see this. Right outside the door. This place is just off the highway. The highway is somewhere up there. And there's a restaurant at the top, a chill zone over here, rooms below, and parking right here. This is super cool. I love having my motorcycle close to me. One of the super interesting things that I discovered in doing this is that apparently in some parts of Nepal, not the more touristy parts but slightly more offbeat parts, you have several hotels like this where you eat food, you pay for the food, and your accommodation is free. So I mean, that's how they say it, but effectively it's like you pay a certain amount, it's for boarding and lodging, so you get food and your stay. So we paid like 100 Nepali rupees for our meal last night, which is like 60-70 Indian rupees, and the room was for free. So I thought that was pretty cool. When you stay in a trucker stop, there's just one thing to do in the morning, and that is to keep rolling. So we're done here. Hey, look at these fellas. Wow, they have a room full of chicken. Fascinating. चलो चलते हैं.
किधर से आएंगे आती बार?
शायद अगर आएंगे तो आपसे मिल के जाएंगे. All right. I'm expecting things to get adventurous today, but we'll know. So Sushant and I are riding together for another 2 to 3 hours, and then he will reach the place that he's going to, so he'll stop and I will continue by myself. This is one of the things I love about solo travel. I mean, you are more inclined to talk to people, people are more inclined to talk to you, you're more approachable. So we met at that petrol pump. He was riding alone, I was riding alone. He was like, come, we're going down the same road, let's go together. Oof. From what I'd heard, I was still over 200 kilometers away from Rara Lake. That might not sound like a lot, but believe me, in this part of Nepal, the math works differently. On a bike like the Thunderbird, and with these broken roads, it was anywhere between 14 to 20 hours away. Aha! This is the petrol pump. Someone was telling me yesterday that this pump, they sell fuel in bottles. I wonder whether that's the case. जितना जाएगा इसमें डाल दीजिए, बाकी बॉटल में डाल दीजिए. So refuel the bike at Sai. This place doesn't always have fuel, so it's not a reliable petrol pump to consider the last one. But if it does, they charge you 125 rupees per litre here. It's 109 rupees at Birendranagar, 108 rupees at Nepalganj. So petrol price varies. तो यहाँ से ही होगा. चलो.
सुशांत सही क्रेडिट्स भेजने का. सुशांत सही.
ठीक है. चलो. सेफ. To be entirely honest, I hadn't really done my homework about this adventure to Rara. I'd assumed that it would be a lot easier to reach than it was turning out to be. So every time people told me just how far I still had to go, I was initially disbelieving. But the truth is what it is. If I was going to do what I came here to do, I had to keep pushing and keep bouncing onward. Man, oh man, the terrain just keeps changing. The road conditions, it's quite challenging, especially on this motorcycle. We'll have to reach this town called Manma, which yesterday I saw a board which said it was 89 kilometers away. We have to reach Manma, then I have to reach another town called Nagma, and then only after that the ride towards Rara actually starts. Hello. Thank you. Please make way. Please make way. Here we go. That front end really takes off on this bike. This ain't easy. Wow. Whew. Finally made it to the Manma town. This is in the Kalikot district, I think. Manma is one of the landmarks. Just taking a short break after crossing Manma to catch my breath, stretch my legs, because it's going to be more bouncing and off-road from here to Nagma. An interesting thing about directions in Nepal, when you ask people, they usually give you directions in time. So they tell you it'll take you 2 hours, it'll take you 3 hours. And if you ask them how many kilometers, they say, I don't know that. So I guess I don't know how the time thing really works, because everybody goes at a different pace. But generally, I mean, if they tell you a time, usually you need to add a little bit to it, because they go a little bit faster, they're more comfortable with these roads. And yeah, it doesn't really give you an ability to sort of plan how much distance you've covered, something fell, and how much more you have to cover. So that's kind of funny. So I need to now ride to Nagma, which I've been told is 3 hours away, and there ask about Rara, and hopefully someone there will know about it. And maybe depending on how much time I take to get there and how much time I have left of daylight, maybe I can ride further and get closer to Rara and then find a place to stay. Oh my god, oh my god, look at these. Are they eagles? Are they hawks? Vultures, vultures. After Manma is when the route became a lot more scenic. The road descended to meet the river Karnali and ran alongside the gushing river thereafter. The skies were more blue, the landscape more green, and the weather a lot nicer. I could sense that something special lay ahead, and all this effort was going to pay off, eventually. What's happening here? Are you serious? Okay. I guess this is how we go. Let's go. Oh yeah. Man. Climb beta. Wow. Didn't expect this. But keep the momentum. Tires are wet, they're sliding. Cool. Yeah. Don't stop. Look where you want to go. I asked someone how's the road to Nagma and they said बढ़िया रास्ता है. Okay. That's a stunning view. I think I'm finally close to Nagma. Woohoo! Nagma, finally! And wow. Hello people. It's a colorful market. More busy than anything I've seen in a while. I stopped to have lunch at Nagma and then I decided to just stay the night here because it was already about 4 o'clock, 3:34, and what's the place called? Rara Lake is about 6 hours from here for them. When they say 6 hours, it usually takes a little bit longer, and I didn't want to ride in the dark and I wasn't really sure about what accommodation I would find up ahead. There are places to stay, I know that, but two things. One is I didn't know what I would find, and two is it's been raining here in the evenings, so I didn't want to be stuck on an off-road stretch all alone in the rain, so I stayed here instead. Really windy here, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I stopped in the town to have lunch and it was so pretty. I figured I'd just spend some time here, walk around a bit and do the rest of this ride tomorrow. So this is Nagma and this is the suspension bridge in Nagma.
Perfume